Have you ever felt like you're at your breaking point? Wondered just how far you can go before everything falls apart? We've all been there. That moment when the challenges feel bigger than your strength, when doubt takes over and the urge to give up becomes almost irresistible. Trust me, I get it. But here's the truth. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You've got a choice to make, give in or push through. Persistence isn't for the faint of heart, but it's something we all have within us, waiting to be unleashed. So, tell me, what are you going to do about it? Do you think perfection is the key to success? That if you're just good enough, everything will magically fall into place? You're fooling yourself. The truth is, chasing perfection is the biggest trap you can fall into. Here's the deal. You'll never be perfect. Why? Because perfection doesn't exist. That nagging feeling that if you fix just one more thing or hit one more milestone, you'll finally be where you want to be, that's destroying you from the inside out. You're missing out on life, on learning, on growing, all because you're paralyzed by the idea of being perfect. The fear of failure is holding you back. But here's what you're not seeing. Perfection isn't the goal. It's the courage to fail, to stumble, to pick yourself up over and over again that will get you where you need to go. True freedom comes when you ditch the idea of perfection. When you embrace your imperfections and allow yourself to be human, to be vulnerable. Because it's in that vulnerability where real strength lies. In the end, it's not about being perfect, it's about being real. It's about stepping into your goals, even when you don't have all the answers. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect mindset, you'll never take action. You'll stay stuck, watching as others try, fail, learn, and grow. What you need to do isn't chase perfection. What you need is to start right here, right now, with what you've got. That will take you further than any attempt to reach an impossible ideal. Think chasing perfection is healthy? Think again. Perfection is a prison disguised as freedom. It's exhausting, draining, and never enough. When you're obsessed with being perfect, you're really just burying your authenticity. It's like wearing a mask that never quite fits. Fear of failure, of judgment, becomes bigger than your will to act. And what's left? Nothing but frustration and burnout. The perfection trap isn't about excellence like some people claim. It's about control. You're trying to control how others see you, how you feel, and what they think. But it's never enough. There's always more to fix, more to achieve, more to prove. Look at perfection honestly, and you'll see it for what it is, a lie. It feeds a vicious cycle of shame and fear, making you question if anything you do is ever enough. And spoiler alert, it never will be. You'll constantly chase an unreachable standard while life, real life, passes you by. The saddest part? Clinging to perfection means you'll never know what it feels like to be truly you. You'll miss out on failing and rising stronger, on being vulnerable and real. It's a never-ending chase for an image that will never satisfy you. Are you ready to let that go? To embrace the imperfections that make you who you are? Maybe the key isn't striving to be perfect, but learning to feel whole with your flaws, your strengths, and everything in between. Fear of failure, it's like a shadow that never leaves your side. It's there, whispering in your ear, telling you you're not good enough, that you're going to fall, that everyone's going to see you fail. And what happens? You start believing it. You convince yourself it's not worth trying because, deep down, that fear of failing is stronger than your desire to take a chance. But let me tell you something. Failure is a teacher. Yep, you heard me right. It's not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Because it's in failure that you really learn. When you fall and break, that's when you figure out what you're truly capable of. Fear of failure keeps you stuck in a life of what ifs. And let me tell you, what ifs won't take you anywhere. Living in fear of failure means you'll never learn how to handle it, never grow, and never become stronger. So, what's the alternative? Staying in your comfort zone, where nothing happens. Sure, you won't risk getting hurt, but you also won't accomplish anything real. The pain of failure might sting, sure. But the pain of never trying? That's the one that'll haunt you. Because, at its core, life is about action. And action means taking risks. Don't let the fear of failure decide who you are. Don't let it steer your choices. The biggest victories belong to those who push forward despite their fear. They fall hard, fail fast, but they do it with courage. And that's how they build real success. It's not about never falling. It's about getting up stronger every single time. Have you ever felt pain so deep it cuts past the physical? It pulls you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to see life in the harshest, rawest way possible. It shows up when you least expect it. But here's the thing, that pain is the key to real growth. Most people run from it, avoiding it at all costs. But that pain is the most powerful tool you've got for transformation. I know, it's tempting to stick to the easy road. Who doesn't want that, right? But here's the catch. The easy road teaches you nothing. It leaves you stuck right where you are. Pain, on the other hand, pushes you to evolve, adapt, and get stronger. Face a challenge, whether it's physical or emotional, you've got two options. Let it consume you or use it to propel yourself forward. Pain is like fire. It burns away the weak parts of you, leaving behind your strongest self. But only if you're willing to go through the process. Yes, it's tough. It's uncomfortable. Nobody likes it. But it's in that discomfort where you'll discover your true potential. Pain strips away the parts of you that hold you back, bringing you closer to the strongest version of yourself. So, what are you going to do? Hide from it? Or accept that pain is part of becoming who you were meant to be? Remember, you'll never reach your strongest self without going through it. Pain, when faced head-on, isn't your enemy. It's a teacher offering the hardest, most valuable lessons. You know those decisions you avoid because they're just too hard? The ones that make you question everything and wonder if it's even worth it? Let me give it to you straight. It's those very decisions that will define you. It's easy to choose the comfortable path, the one that feels natural. Everyone does that. But the real winners, the ones who rise to the top, are the ones who understand that achieving what they truly want means making choices that shape them to their core. Think about the choices you've made, the ones you've avoided, the ones you've delayed, or even the ones you've made without a second thought. The truth is, the decisions you're running from are the ones shaping your future the most. Most people won't get this because they're scared. Scared of making the wrong call, scared of the pain, scared of losing. But you can't afford that fear. Because to achieve what few can, you've got to face what most won't. I know it's terrifying. The fear of the unknown can paralyze anyone. But that's where your true power lies. Real freedom comes from taking control of your life, even when the path ahead looks dark. That's the only way to grow and finally get what you've always wanted. Because at the end of the day, it's those tough decisions, the ones you dread, that will push you forward. Deep down, you know this, even if every instinct is screaming to avoid the pain. So, what's it going to be? Are you going to keep dodging what challenges you, or will you face those decisions head-on and turn your fear into fuel for your journey? The choice is yours, but remember, you weren't made to take the easy way out. You were made to go beyond. What do you do when things don't go as planned? When you've given everything you've got and still come up short? Most people give up at that point. They look at the obstacles and think, this is too much for me. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. But here's the thing, they don't realize that this is the exact moment where true progress is made. Persistence isn't about always being motivated. It's not about feeling strong every single day. It's not about pretending success is some smooth, straight path. Persistence is about keeping going, even when you feel like you've got nothing left. It's about pushing forward when everything inside you screams to stop. That's the moment that separates the winners from the rest. The real battle, my friend, happens when pain catches up to you, and you choose not to give in. It's in those moments, when frustration sets in and doubt starts creeping in, that you test the limits of your soul. And guess what? That's where your power lies. Every single day that you press on despite the setbacks, every step you take toward your goal while the world tries to hold you back, is a win. Even if no one sees it, even if recognition takes its time, that persistence, that resilience in the face of adversity, is what truly leads to success. Yes, it's going to be hard. There will be days when you'll want to quit, when the thought of throwing in the towel will feel tempting. But let me tell you something, if you give in to the pain and discouragement, everything you've endured up to this point will have been for nothing. So instead of surrendering, use every challenge as a chance to test your real strength. Keep going. Because, in the end, the only thing that can stop you is yourself. So, what's it going to be? Will you keep moving forward, or will you let yourself be defeated? Listen, there's no magic formula for success. There's no road without obstacles. But there's one thing you can control, your decision to keep going, even when everything around you seems to be working against you. And that's what makes all the difference. It's not the easy days that shape the champions, it's the hard ones, the days when you could have quit but chose to push through, one step at a time. Persistence is the ultimate test of character. So now, after everything we've gone through, let me ask you, what will you do the next time pain shows up? Will you surrender, or will you make history?